I have a little advice, thoughts, things for you to think about as you leave today. None of them are very deep, but I think they might prove some assistance to you. 5 things. 1, life is about choices and consequences. You chose where to go to college. You chose your major. You choose your friends. Last night you chose what you would do. Some of you are glad with the consequences of that choice. Some of you are probably not so glad this morning. But you're going to choose where to work. Someday you're going to choose spouses. You're going to decide whether or not to have families. You're going to decide whether or not to buy or rent. Someday, those of us who are older, you're going to have to make the decision to take the car keys away from mom and dad. These are choices that are going to affect your life forever. So make good choices. Make choices that will help move you ahead, that will allow you to succeed in your life.
Amen.
So life is about choices and consequences. Remember that. You're all old enough now that you're responsible for the choices that you make. Secondly, surround yourself with nutritious people.
Yep.
People who will make you smile. People who will enlighten you. People who will be there for you. Do not tolerate the toxic. Do not allow people to bring you down. Find people who will enrich you and make you better. Nutritious people. Find those people. They will help to make your life better. Third, maintain. Develop, if you don't have it, a positive mental attitude. Lincoln once said people are about as happy as they make up their minds to be. When you woke up this morning, did you put your feet on the ground and go, "Good morning, God," or "Good God, it's morning"? That says a lot about your view of life. If you care to get up this morning and look for clouds, goodness sakes, today you can find clouds. You can find rains. But you can also look for rainbows. You can also look for the good things in life. And sometimes you have to look a little harder, but a positive mental attitude will carry you a long, long way. I was in Florida with my family a few years ago, and I'd gone out for an early morning jog. And as I returned from the jog, it was overcast, and I looked a little bit disheartened, and this elderly woman stopped me, and she said, "What's wrong, young man?" I said, "Well," I said, "it's going to be cloudy today, and my kids can't go to the beach." And she said, "Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something." And I said, "What is that, ma'am?" She said, "I'm going to give you some advice to remember forever." And I remember this advice as clearly today as when I heard it several years ago. She said, "Remember, young man, every day above ground is a great day."
Wow.
You know, she's absolutely correct, because we will be on the other side for a very long time. So develop a positive mental attitude. It will serve you well. Fourth, make yourself proud. When our children went off to college, my wife and I were guilty of telling all 3 of them, "Make mom and I proud. Do a good job. Small or dash. You're all graduating. Live a life that makes you proud. Look in the mirror and look at that person looking back at you and do the very, very best that you can do. Make good decisions. Live a life that makes you proud, and everything else will work out." Fifth, think about what I call the fragility of life. We don't know where we're going. We don't know when this journey will end, but surely someday it will. I have been the beneficiary of 65 years of great life, great health. About a year ago, I got a sore throat. I was diagnosed with base of tongue cancer, the same cancer that Michael Douglas has. And it was a tough year. And I got to tell you, the diagnosis of base of tongue cancer is awful. The treatment is terrible. The recovery is painful. But the prognosis is generally pretty good. But I must tell you, a year ago about this time, I was in the hospital in West Burlington, Iowa. And I was a sick guy. And I remember saying goodbye to my wife that night. And I remember thinking that she didn't know when she left my side whether she'd wake up the next morning as a widow. We don't know where this journey is taking us. We don't know when it will end. So think about life. Make sure you make the most of it and take each day as it comes and make each day important. So what do you have to do? Choices have consequences. Surround yourself with nutritious people. Maintain a positive mental attitude. Live a life that makes you proud. That's the best you can do. And remember the fragility of life. I'm going to close with a quote from my father, who was my very best friend in this world. And he and I had what you call simpatico. Simpatico is that unknown, that unspeakable kind of a feeling that two people have. And you just don't even have to talk, but you can communicate. And my father and I had that. It was wonderful. It was a great thing. And I asked him about life and about success. And he said, you know, Gord, I live by a very simple credo. And every time I have a chance to do a speech, I try to end with this credo. And it served me well, and I think it will serve you graduates well, and I think it will serve you loved ones as well. And it goes like this. It's not what you get, it's what you give. It's not what you say, it's how you live. It's living a life of noble deeds. It's giving the world the love it needs. Strong for the right, the good and the true. This is important to you, and to you, and to you. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.
Really good.